Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 14 of the LFC Toronto show. My name's Azaz. I'm here with the regulars, Dan and Jake. How's it going, fellas?
Excellent.
Hey.
As they say in Villarreal.
And today we have got Ryan, Mr. Ryan Jackson, Mr. LFC Domination, Mr. YouTube.
Yes.
How's it going, sir?
The star.
I'm doing good, man. I'm so happy, to be on this show. I want to be a part of it.
Wow.
I hope it's not going to be my last video, but I'm really proud of you guys. Trust me. I've been watching from afar. I love it. But hopefully I can get invite more.
100%.
Most definitely.
Man.
Most definitely. We love your show, bro. We love your show. You're killing it. You are the YouTube sensation in the LFC sphere and Team Jamaica national team. Big up. So respect to that, man. Respect to everything you're doing, so full credit.
Thank you very much, man. And I have an interview with Ricardo Fuller. You know Ricardo Fuller, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So I have one coming up with him in Baby Garden.
Big things, man. It's big things.
Yeah.
Well, a few of us love puns, so we're full of love for that one. So just getting into the show. Firstly, I just realized that you're a 98 goalie on FIFA, mate. Holy, we can sell Allison this year, I think. Is everyone down for that? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Good rating, man.
Amazing. No, but all jokes aside, the lad said it right. You're killing it, mate, and we're so proud of you and so happy that you're on the show. And normally we spend this time of the show talking about how someone discovered Liverpool, how they were aware of the Liverpool Toronto fan club, and we want to hear that as well. But we also want to hear a little bit about some of your YouTube stuff. Talk to us about how you've built that following, because Dan said it straight as well. The stuff you do with Liverpool is amazing, and the platform you built for yourself. But the stuff that you do with Jamaica is literally the internet dream. It's like you have carved such a niche out for yourself as well.
And a loyal following.
Yeah. It's outstanding. There's so many Liverpool YouTubers, and you are definitely one of the Liverpool YouTubers without a question. But you are the premier Jamaica football team YouTuber, and that is even more special. So because you've carved your own presence in the niche.
He's the only one. I feel like he's the only one, right? The only Jamaican.
He's the only one that matters. He's the only one.
He's the only one that matters.
Yeah. And what's really cool? Hang on, just before we turn it over to you, what's really cool? He Ryan tagged me in a comment because I was on his show a couple of weeks ago. So Ryan tagged me in a comment where he had this amazing piece of fan mail where he did a live show, and he ended up calling a person who watches his YouTube show. She happens to be female, but that's not really necessarily part of the point. Or it could be. Leave it open to interpretation. But what was really cool about that call was that she has been telling her partner about Ryan's YouTube channel and how she's so into Jamaican football and how he's got her involved into the whole culture of it. And then she was a guest on his show, a phone guest. It was really, really cool. Anyway, without further ado, please, how you became a Liverpool fan, how you found Liverpool Toronto, and just give us a bit of knowledge about how you built this YouTube platform that you did.
All right. Well, let's start off with Liverpool. When I become a Liverpool supporter. If you guys haven't known, I was a professional footballer back in Jamaica, very popular. Captain my high school, Excelsior High School back in Jamaica. And I grew up in the street of Kingston. I have it rough. I was selling a lot of things downtown Toronto. That would be downtown Kingston, Jamaica. I sell plum, I sell sweetie, I sell a lot of stuff, you understand? Always on the road hustling. But I was playing under 13 for a football club named Boystown in Jamaica. And I always hear two of the players supporting Liverpool. At the time, my mom couldn't afford to buy the cable to watch the Liverpool game. I didn't know anything, but I always hear these two young men on my team, my captain and the vice captain. See that pass by Stevie Gerrard, and I was always lost when they're talking about football overseas. But when you talk about football locally, I up to speed because I could watch it locally. But outside of Jamaica, my mom couldn't afford it for me to watch Liverpool. So this person always says Stevie Gerrard is one of the greatest players of all time. You see the pass he make in the Champions League today, and I would say, bro, I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. So I always fascinated to say, who is this guy named Stevie Gerrard? So the first time I went on in the same football club at Boystown, type in Stevie Gerrard, and I tell you, man, the first time I type it in, I see him score some ridiculous goal from outside the box. And from that, I just fall in love with Stevie Gerrard. And then all of a sudden, I know him realize him start to play for Liverpool. And I say, okay, this is the team I'm going to support. At that time, Liverpool didn't win a lot of stuff. 2000, I'm starting supporting Liverpool 2006. I'm starting supporting Liverpool. So from that, I become a massive Liverpool fan. Yet, I couldn't afford to buy the jersey, right? I always want a Liverpool jersey. And I remember when my dean of discipline in high school asked me which team I support. And I said, I support Liverpool. And he said, listen, if you keep good in this game, I'm going to give you a Liverpool jersey. And I was one of the outstanding players on the team at the time as a captain. And he said, just play good in this game and I will give you your first ever Liverpool jersey.
Wow.
Virgin, the jersey when Bring come give me, better you guys could tell me which jersey you Bring come give me.
I don't know. Which one?
Number 8.
Champions League.
Champions League. Bring a Stevie Gerrard jersey. You bring a Stevie Gerrard jersey, come give me.
Wow.
2008, 2009, Adidas sponsor it. And I don't know how. When I was coming to Canada, I end up give away the jersey to one of my Liverpool friends.
Yeah.
You understand?
Hey, that's the ethos, man.
Yeah, Gerrard, man. I'm in love with Gerrard. And many people ask me, Ryan, the Jamaican people, them always try to set me up. If Gerrard becomes a Liverpool manager in the future, and seems like the past Jamaican coach was Coach Theodore Whitmore. He's a legend who scored 2 goals for Jamaica in the World Cup. And I make like 1,000. I was the vice for the people in Jamaica. So listen, but after get rid of him, he's not good enough as a manager. And the people them turn back to me and say, Ryan, you obsess and you love Stevie Gerrard. You never have nothing bad to say about Stevie Gerrard. Would you ever turn against Stevie Gerrard like that? And I said, no. Not a million. They must say, why? So, you turn against Tapa Whitmore. At the time, me young, I didn't know much about Tapa Whitmore. I know about Stevie Gerrard. I will never, ever turn my back on Stevie Gerrard or say anything bad about. This is why I want Liverpool. I want Gerrard to do him stuff outside of Liverpool until he get a lot more experience. You know what I mean? That's when him come at Liverpool, he's going to be like the next Jurgen Klopp.
So, okay, listen, I have to jump in with a couple of questions, okay? One, what was your position when you played, when you played football back in Jamaica? Was it midfield as well?
No.
Oh, no.
But I could play midfield.
Yeah.
I could play midfield, but I was a goalkeeper.
I was a goalkeeper. Okay, hence the EA. Okay.
I was a goalkeeper, but I love Stevie Gerrard, man. I love Stevie Gerrard, Bridget. When Gerrard retired, I cry, Bridget. I cried for weeks.
Yeah.
We all did. But I think you more than a lot of people. Yeah.
So then you moved over to Toronto. So how did you discover the Liverpool Toronto club? Did you just Google it? Did you just stumble across it? Like
I saw Jake in the distance.
I don't know.
What else?
What happened with the Toronto thing? I was online following a lot of Liverpool thing on Instagram and stuff. And I remember my wife filed for me to come to Canada. They would call it sponsor over here. So my wife sponsored me to come to Canada. So I hook up Miss Donna. I don't know if I'm having her name right. That's right.
Yeah, Miss Donna. Miss Donna, yeah.
I see Miss Donna always going to the Liverpool game. And she says she live in Toronto. She's from Spanish Town. That's the first dialogue I have with Miss Donna. And I said, one day she put up some Liverpool thing at the pub. And I was saying, oh my God, I am so passionate. I want to be involved in that stuff. And she said, whenever you come to Toronto, I will definitely make sure that you go. I want to tell you too, the first time I'm coming to the pub when I win the Champions League, like, this is the first time I'm leaving my wife, right? I just come into the country and my wife said, no, you're not going. I don't know who is this woman, you're not going. And I'm saying to her, man, listen, I have to go.
Donna.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna need I'm just gonna need to pause you for a second. So hang on. So how did you find Donna? Like, was this just like a random Instagram connection? Did you guys meet in Jamaica? Like, tell us more.
No.
Like, we need to hear how this.
No, I didn't meet her. I didn't meet her in Jamaica. I meet her online. I see she posting a lot of stuff. You know, I'm Liverpool fans, and I start to follow her, and then I see
Donna's everywhere. Donna's
worldwide.
She's our
worldwide.
Global.
Yeah.
Global thing.
Yeah. So I see in her thing that she have England and Canada flag, and I'm saying I'm going to Toronto soon. Before even my wife started to sponsor me, because I want to get involved, bro. I love Liverpool, man. I was going through so much in my marriage last year, and Liverpool take. Listen, if I don't watch Liverpool, I don't miss a Liverpool game. No matter what happens, don't make me miss a Liverpool game. I'm going to obsess with my wife and things. So she know that. So she was stopping me from going to that game, and I said, listen, no. She was, I can't remember that Saturday morning. Listen, that Saturday morning, when Donna said, I don't know if you're going to come in because I don't get any extra ticket. I was saying, oh my God. And I didn't tell my wife. She said, no, you just pick up yourself because she think I am going to run away with this girl and don't come back. You understand?
Oh, man.
What
I gotta talk to Donna
about this right now?
Oh, what a story.
This is so good. Bro. So good.
This is
unbelievable.
So good.
This is worth it on its own, man.
100%.
Bro, she thought, because, you know, like when females sponsor people to come here, and she asked me, you know this lady you're going to? You sure she not go set you up or anything? And I'm saying, listen, no, I have conversation with this lady and I'm going to this game. And she were going to Walmart the day, and it was cause a big problem. But I listen, I could care less. I want to be there. You know what I mean? So when I reached,
you were a happy man after. You were a happy man.
Yeah.
I know. I still have the video them, bro. I still have the video them, Bridget. That's one of my proudest.
Oh, when we were outside and everything. Yeah,
that's my biggest moment as a Liverpool supporter, man.
Amazing.
I'm a biggest. Listen, man. I love Auntie Donna. What she do for me, she bring joy in my life. But when I go home back, oh my God, pay problem. But I have to sacrifice to watch that Champions League game.
Wow. That is definitely the most unique story of how somebody discovered LFC Toronto.
Auntie Donna.
That's her new name. Auntie's coming on next week, man. Auntie's coming on next week.
We gotta bring her on.
We need Auntie Donna.
We need her side of the same.
Yeah,
story.
so maybe she comes on, corroborates everything. You know what I mean? I think that's a great idea.
Wow.
So good.
Donna.
And Ryan, one more question for you is, tell us how the YouTube thing started and like how you built it over the years. Because like we love what you're doing, mate.
Yeah.
All right. You guys play a big part tonight. When I just started, I want to come to the pub to interview Liverpool fans. I want to have AFT stuff like what AFTV do. Arsenal TV. That's what I want to do. When I first come here, I say, listen, I need to go to the pub like every week and stuff. But when I go like the first 2 times, it was difficult for me to get interviewed with the people there. I think if I do it now, I probably get, because more people know me and all of this stuff and things. And that's why I want you guys to, this channel, I want you guys to do that, because I know all the big reach it can go. You understand? I see the market. You guys are brilliant, just need to just put in your work. But I said I want to do this, and then I never get in the love when I come there, like to get the interview, but I didn't upset or anything, because you know that I am in a new country. They don't know a lot about me and all of these stuff. Probably if I go more regular and I get more partnership with more people and start to speak to more people and all of these stuff, I will get it done. But I said, no, I'm going to just do it by my own stay at my house making the video. I want to tell you, the first time I start, listen, I think that's my first video, you know, come to the pub, you know. I think it's still on the channel. Back in 2018, I started the channel that year. Half a season to the back end. And from, I come here, getting a job, I look at and stuff, and I'm always in the WhatsApp group. Always in a WhatsApp group and on Jamaica WhatsApp Liverpool group, and they say, Ryan, bro, we know about the game and all of these stuff and thing. You should get your own YouTube channel. And I said, I cannot speak properly. Even now, I don't think I can. People always tell me,
man, you're good.
You're good.
We love you forever.
You're good, bro.
I always have that, bro. I always have that problem. Like people very hard to understand me. I know the Jamaican people will love it, but on a brighter scale, I need people to compliment me.
No, but you know what? Just remember something, though. But just remember something. You came to Toronto, right? So if you went to another place in North America, maybe New York, maybe another place, obviously, but like not a lot of people outside of, you know, major cities like New York, Toronto have actually a lot of Jamaican friends, communities, all that kind of stuff. So like the actual parlance, like a lot of us kind of grew up with, right? You know, like whether you live in Scarborough, whether you live in Brampton,
of course.
Yeah.
And so
when I'm speaking, now, you understand?
Yeah.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Of course.
I find it difficult. You know, that's why when I come there, I just like I don't be myself. You know what I mean? Because
just be yourself, and you know you're just amazing. Listen, if you went to Minnesota, I'd probably say yeah. You know what? I don't know how many people there might be on that tip, but here, man, Toronto is like about that life, right? So we love you, appreciate what you do, man. Big up to what you do, man.
You're always welcome. And we know Patois to a certain degree too. We know Patois too, man.
Yeah,
like we like
that's different.
The UK is the same though. Like I'm born and raised in the northwest of England. Like I understand every single word you say. Like there's not one word we don't understand. It's an accent. It's not anything else. Yeah.
When I go on the big channel in England, they always call me the Team Cupish, the Grays, all of these people. I do a lot of content with them and stuff. And people are all in the comment section and say, yo, get this guy off. We cannot understand him. But one thing for sure, like when they invite me and they have to listen, we all love all people, what people can. We understand him. You guys, just need to understand.
That's this. We love everybody, man.
Hey,
don't
man,
get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. We're all behind you. We're all behind you. Always. One love, bro.
You're
one
family,
love.
man.
You're
absolute family, man. You're like when you're part of OLSC Toronto, you're family, and you're a Liverpool fan. You are family. So never forget.
You're doing big things. You're doing big things, and we appreciate.
Yeah.
We know how hard it is to do that. You've got a few thousand followers. We know the moves. We know the hard work you're doing, and don't stop. You're doing very well.
Yes,
we're
here
very
to support that.
We're very proud of you. We're very proud of you. Just keep. And sky's the limit, bro. Sky's the limit. Don't worry about these people.
And I've had so many people from our community say to me how they're enjoying this content. If you've enjoyed the Liverpool FC Toronto content, then you gotta back Ryan as well. You know, we'll put your link in the bottom as well. So everybody who's watching this from the LFC Toronto, you have to follow Ryan. It just is what it is at this point. If you want to be a guest on our show in the future, you have to follow Ryan, and I'm going to check. So let's see. Let's make that.
But guys, I'm telling you, man. Listen, man, I have so much love for you guys. The opportunity when I come there, you guys just show a lot of love and stuff. I would want to be a part of this family more consistently.
You are.
Don't say everyone's welcome. Everyone.
No,
guys.
No. I know how he's going to be part. Come on 7:30 this Saturday. You got to come out on 7:30 this Saturday.
Newcastle.
What you know? I have my kids coming next month, and I'm doing some overtime at work. So
fair enough.
Probably when they come, I can. My wife will take care of them for me. But not this game, but the other game, I will definitely come more regular at the pub.
All right.
Because I don't need to be. I don't need to be on my YouTube channel. Because I have people from England where I host it and things. So,
You know, the first time I met you, Ryan, you were actually doing content outside at the Maddie. And I actually came up to you and said, I respect your hustle so much. Because, like, You are literally at a game, and then you were going outside to go and film content. So, you know, like the fact that you have backup people who can do your content for you while you're at the pub is huge. We want you to come more for sure. Like there's a huge part of our club is online in the WhatsApp groups and just in the community. But obviously another big part of it is also in person. So yeah, whenever you're ready or whenever it's convenient, please do come out.
And you're a celebrity, bro. Like people know you. They know at Ryan LFC. Like you are not like, trust me, you are known. So I mean, I know you're not coming just for that, but honestly, I remember just like Azaz when you came to Scally's. I remember back then, and you were a shy guy. I remember, and maybe a little bit still shy, but I remember talking to you back then. And you're like, yeah, you listen, man. I don't know anybody here, but I'm like, look, I just had a great conversation, and you know what? I'm so glad that you're still here, still loving the community, you know, and going to be coming more and more. So, respect, man.
Respect. Okay, let's get into this.
We got to move quick because we've now made sure that all the shows are like pretty much under an hour. So we got to get into this. So I'm gonna be like, let's do this. I'll do the topics and let's jump into our analysis. So first things first, we can't even talk about today till we've talked about that horrific Everton performance. Jake, we were watching it together. 60 minutes of frustration, hey, and then like that big release. What was that release like at Maddie? Tell everyone.
You know, the thing, it was actually a good precursor to what happened today. Like, just to have that team do that shithousery that happened for all that time. Like, we couldn't, for the first whatever, we couldn't get into a rhythm. There was no rhythm because like literally it felt like every 45 seconds or a minute and a half, someone would dive, someone would roll around, something would happen, the play would stop. And there was no like sustained rhythm. I that's how I felt. And I was like, I felt like the premise of like, oh God, okay, it's going through. And it reminded me of yesteryear when we had those parking bus kind of communities and those teams. And I was like, you know, that whole Coutinho and whoever else, like, you know, where's the magic? And, you know, we just didn't have the flow. And that's not because of us. It's just, we just couldn't get into it because of all that crap that was happening. Right. But then, you know what? Like perseverance. We are so like, we're clicking on several cylinders, and it was just like the breakout was just great. You know, having like I was getting, you know, as we spoke, I was like, I had vengeance in my mind, right? Vengeance, Thiago, vengeance for VVD, like all that stuff. And I was like, I want to kill these guys. literally. I want to hammer them like 8-0, 7-0, 6-0. If we can beat Man United 4-5-0, these guys should have been a piece of cake, right? But then, you know, you got the blonde, you know, rolling around nonsense, whatever else, like faking this and feigning this. Like, I just continue. And in the discussion at the pub was, do we want them to stay up or stay down? I had that conversation many a time. Like, do we care? And we're like, oh, you know, it's the Merseyside Derby. We love those games, so keep them up. And then as that game, the first 45 like progressed, I was like, to hell with these mofos. Let's get them out. I don't want any of this nonsense football to be played. But nevertheless, like, you know, we did persevere, and I'm very happy for that. Right? Daniel, what do you think, buddy?
You're on mute.
It's a classic line. You know what though? They set up like prime Atletico. Like honestly, it was like a 5-5 or even like, you know, really negatively, and actually employed the same tactics. I actually said it in the chat as well. I think a few people even said like, this is going to be Villarreal on Wednesday, right? And so like, you know, super negative. But the highlight maybe of the season was Ali's sort of like dive after, and like, oh man. So Jordan Pickford is actually a thunder. I can't say it, but that man deserves everything coming to him, including all the negativity. Maybe, you know what, he should be dropped for England. Honestly, he should be dropped for England. Oh, yeah. There are way better keepers for England than him, like Ramsdale or whoever, right? But like
the wink.
Yeah, the wink. Like just that nature of it, especially what he did last season. Now, granted, like there were some things that Liverpool fans did, you know, threats and all that kind of stuff. Like that's not condoned at all, but he was such a like, you know, wind up. And then for Ali to actually have that presence of mind, you know, obviously we're 2-0 up and just do that, man. Like that was almost like Ali's goal last season. It just made me up, you know. So just happy to get through it. And the biggest thing is no injuries, man. No injuries from that, because that could derail everything. And you know what? We'll take it. We're just a business right now, man. We're just operating like a freaking business. Wins. That's it. We're in the winning business.
Did you do one thing that was I just remembering now was that long ball and that Diaz that Diaz back. I don't even know what do you call that? Like what do you call that move? And like it was flowing, like just a flowing dynamic for like.
Do you know Chunks? Do you know Chunks in the UK? Right? I don't know. Zaz, you know that guy? Chunks, he has his own channel, whatever. He did something similar, I think, for Soccer Saturday or Soccer AM or something. Wow. Where he did that same trick. And then when I saw Diaz do it, I was like, oh man! Like, and I was just thinking about that because everyone bigged that up and got viral. And then Diaz doing that like on a regular with Trent Ball, whatever. Right? So, just a crazy game, and man, we just showed our class at the end of the day. You know?
So Ryan, answer Jake's question. Like, do you want Everton to go down?
No.
Okay. Explain
why. I like Everton. I like Everton because they are no threat to Liverpool. So I like them. They're not going to do anything to us. We're just going to I really like the Merseyside Derby. Leading up to the game when Jurgen Klopp was saying, listen, you like the physicality of the game, but please do not go over the top because every single time we play Everton, they try to hurt us. And I'm so happy that game finished. We didn't come out with any injury. And I really appreciate that. But right now, how this Liverpool team is playing, as a Liverpool supporter, we should enjoy the moment because we don't know how long it's going to last for. Because back in the days, bro, I'm telling you, this is what I live on. Painkiller and Alfred. Like, I finished like 3, 4, 5 backer a season. Before Liverpool play, I have to take like 2, eat something, take it because I know Liverpool going to give me headache. No,
is that when Jay Spirit starts?
Man. Jay, all of them, bro. All of them, Reggie. Jesus Christ, bro.
Oh,
so at this moment, I am really enjoying my moment. I'm really enjoying how Liverpool playing at this moment. And also, we have to give thanks for Jurgen Klopp because he made everything possible. But that game against Everton, the first 45 minutes, oh my God. I think Everton, we have to give them credit. I think they nullify us. I think Jurgen Klopp get it spot on to change it up. We didn't get in a lot of space. They were quick. Every single time Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane pick up the ball in the wide area, they make sure that they have 1 or 2 players close. So they don't give us any chance. But that second half, Divock Origi came on, Jurgen Klopp changed it. And this is what I love about this Liverpool team. Yes, you can shut us down for 50 minutes into the game. But I'm telling you, Liverpool full of goal coming off the bench. You know that's 12 goals now coming off the bench for Divock Origi in his Liverpool career. Scores 6 against Everton. This boy is a legend. You know what I mean? So unfortunate he's going to leave in the summer, but I wish him all the best. As what Jurgen Klopp said, he's a world-class striker. He just need to be consistent. I know what Origi brings to the table, and he understand him role in this Liverpool team because we need these players who understand their role. You know what I mean? We cannot have indisciplined player. The chemistry that Jurgen Klopp have the player them, they understand. Listen, if you don't play in this game, probably 2 games down the line. Joe Gomez, all of this is a steep effort for this Liverpool team.
Yeah.
And as a Liverpool fans right now, I'm buzzing. Nobody cannot say anything about my team right now. I'm sitting down, watching the game. I'm eating. Can you imagine? 6 years ago, I have to eat before every single Liverpool game. I have to take 2 painkillers. And now I'm living my best life. I'm just relaxing right now. Everton probably score. So Liverpool get it back. Don't worry. You know what I mean? Sometimes my wife look at me and say, listen, you're on the tool up. I said, don't worry. By the time the game will finish, Liverpool 3, Everton 2. But I don't want Everton to go down. Seriously. I would love for them to be in the Premier League as long as possible because I really like the Merseyside Derby. It's a friendly game when we play against Everton. Family, you know, Jamie Carragher was a Evertonian, know him is a Liverpoolian. So we need that, and it's good for the community in Liverpool. So I don't want to see my neighbor. If it's Manchester United, oh yes, going down. But Everton, no, we have to have that chemistry. Because Liverpool is a family love. You know what I mean?
So I'm going to disagree with that. I'm going to disagree with that.
Yeah, go.
Put them down. put them down, man. You know why? Because they're bitter. And you know what? They're big enough, or they're not big enough, whatever you want to say. Newcastle's gone down. Leeds have gone. These are big clubs. Nottingham Forest, like, they're European champions. Like, okay, yes, you got to respect their pedigree and what they've done 50, 60 years ago, whatever it is. But I don't buy this whole thing about, and I'm sort of stealing a bit of Azaz's thunder here, I think, in a way, which is like,
no, go for it, man.
Just because their name is Everton, yeah, and you know what, there's a history there, and yes, the Derby will miss it. They need an old-fashioned humbling, especially their fan base, more than anyone. And Moshiri, and you can say whatever, he's given that club a lot. He's given them
money.
Funds. They mismanaged, and he's made some bad decisions. We get that. But, like, at the end of the day, your club is shite. You're managed by Frank, the Tory, and, at the end of the day, you're going to go down. And I just hope they go down. Honestly, I hope they go down because they deserve it. Now, anyway, I'm going to leave it there.
No.
Zaz, what do you think, man?
No, so what I'm going to say on this is it's an interesting subject because so far we ended up starting this show in January 2022 when, to be honest, there's not really much to disagree on. Most of the time, there's really not much to disagree on.
Yeah.
We're all Liverpool, Toronto. So, like, ultimately, it almost hinders us in a way to not have friction on the show. We don't get to have friction because so far it's like, what can you even argue about? Oh my God, like, what am I, like, what could I even say right now? Oh, hey, we're going to talk about the Everton game and we're not going to talk about the assist Mo Salah game. Like, that's so whack. Like, at the end of the day, there's nothing. This is a real topic of conversation. Like, this is a real, like, there's two sides to this debate. Like just to fuel what Dan says, and then I'll give some points in Ryan's side as well. To fuel what Dan says, these guys took points off us in every season we were close to winning because it's an emotional game and they raise their game against us. So if you eliminate Everton from when we are in a really close title race, this is different because they're rubbish and we're elite. But if we weren't as good as we were and they were a bit better than we were, there's always a point they can take off us at Goodison. Our record at Anfield is supreme. Their record at Goodison is pretty good against us. It's not bad. Terrible. Yeah. So that's one reason why, send them down. Just give us two easier games where we don't have to deal with that. And just to really back that up is they were super nasty last year. Like, we came in as the champions.
100%.
Sure. Yeah. Like,
100%.
Sure, we were fine. I get it. Like, maybe we were pompous. Maybe we were
100%.
Chest out. We're the champions. We were probably singing the songs champions, like blah, blah, blah. But like what they did last year on the pitch is like, it's kind of unacceptable. And I've had these conversations with non-Liverpool fans. Like, I have a big friend in the UK who's a big Arsenal fan. He's not a big friend. He's a normal friend, but he's a big Arsenal fan. And he got really heated with me last year, being like, what are you talking about? Like, Pickford meant to injure Van Dijk. No, he didn't. He's like, you can't say things like that. And I'm like, it's not that I'm not saying in the moment he woke up to injure Van Dijk. He's just so emotionally invested in this match that he didn't care if he injured Van Dijk. He lost his head. They lose their head.
Important distinction.
And look at what Richarlison was doing. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Now to back up what Ryan's saying, it is an occasion. It is an occasion, right? Like, the first fixture I look for every year is Man United for two reasons. Firstly, because I'm from that part of the world. And the second reason is because they were the top team. Like, for all of us growing up in our era, Man United were the top team. So, of course, that's a really, really big match. But then the second game I do look for is Everton. I'm not going to lie. Like, it is the second game, right?
That's the second.
And in the city, I'm not talking about Everton here. In the city itself, it's really important that, like, maybe they don't get as many tourists as we do, but they do still get tourists. They still do have a fan base. And maybe, they don't they're not able to raise for food banks and things like that as much as we are, but they still have a following. They still have 40,000. Yeah. And will that still continue in the championships? If that still continues in the championship, then send them down. Then send them down.
I like how that sounds.
I have to I have to take back my point because, you know what I mean? Here you're talking about when we're at a crucial point in the season, they're always taking points from us. It's very true. It's very true. But remember, they are from Liverpool too. Yeah. And when I look at the Merseyside Derby, I always have love for them, said we, because I know, especially with a lot of people outside, different from outside of Liverpool, or people criticize Liverpool or it's country, this and that. And so I always want to see Everton in the Premier League and Liverpool to do good. That a whole heap of work, that opportunity for people in Everton and Liverpool it provide with both of them in the Premier League. So I would want to see that take away because there really is not a threat to Liverpool. You know what I mean? There really is not a threat to Liverpool. No matter how much money they get, they just cannot get it right with the manager. And I'm glad Rafa Benitez go down there to try to bring it.
Yes.
Rafa,
yeah. So I'm gonna clip this next little piece and put it on our Instagram tomorrow, and it'll help promote this show. LFC Toronto Instagram community. This is gonna be like a little snippet. Do you want Everton to go down? Push yes or no on this poll, because I want to see what people think in our community. And if you want to DM us with a reason as well, please feel free to do that. And let's see what they come out with. Just looking at the time, we need to keep moving. Villarreal, I'm going to jump right back to Jake again this evening, or this afternoon, I guess, in Toronto, this evening in the UK. How are you feeling? 2-0 up?
I completely expected what I saw today. Well, one thing was very interesting was, I've got a coworker that's a Bayern fan, and he was just distraught. I can't remember the gap. I think Villarreal had 2 shots in the series, and I don't know. Let's say for argument's sake, Bayern had 20. Let's say for argument's sake, I think it was more, but whatever. We'll just say 20. And one of the interesting things today was that how they progressed in the last one was they're very technically gifted, and so they retain possession when they can get it. Right? They do park the bus, but just to move just outside of the 18, outside of the 45, they just have the technical guile to kind of. But today, when we lost the ball, which is such a beautiful thing to see, when we lost the ball, every single member of the squad, except for Ali, of course, hustled and harried those folks. They didn't have any time on the ball whatsoever, like no time whatsoever. And as a result of that, they just were just discombobulated. It was just a different team completely. And so, they've got some I think they've got 5 Spurs players. I think it's 5 Pigeons or something like that on their team.
Aurier, also, yeah.
But my point is that they we've seen them players in the Prem, so we know how they're going to play. Lo Celso was a bit all over the place a little bit, but Emre is compact, and it made me think of the old Europas and whatever we played against them, and he was very well set up. He was very well. He's an astute coach. Very well set up. And so I completely expected this. And I thought that because they reminded me of that Everton kind of park the bus dynamic, which was, what it was. And one thing that was great today was that when Stadio scored, he equaled Drogba's Champions League African player number of 14, or 12 or 14, which is fantastic. Because he's apart from Dan and Dan loving Sadio the way Dan loves Sadio and Naby and all the African players, and essentially maybe he's from Africa back in the days, but nevertheless, it was a great performance. It was a great overall performance, and I do like the fact, is this the starting 11? Is this it now? Is Diaz the third person now? Is that he's cementing that place now? Is that his? That winger, and then is that it?
I think it depends on the opponent. Honestly, I do. I actually felt that Diogo is more suited towards matches like this, especially Everton and Villarreal when they start to park the sort of 5 banks of 4 or 5-5 or whatever it was. You know what's interesting though in the match? I don't know if you saw this, Ryan, and as well, which is when we went 2-0 up, they had to try and do something, right? So tweak their system and such. And what ended up happening was, and this is what Bayern and Juve didn't actually respect them or give enough, they disrespected them by not considering them being a threat going forward on the counterattack and, going the other way. And they actually, for a couple of moments there, you're thinking maybe they could have done something, but we're just so classy at the back. We have an amazing spine, as we know. And Joe Gomez comes in and he's like, on that right. It's just like such a proper, well-oiled machine that we're part of right now. And the 2-0 is like the worst lead in football, but it's gonna take something, next Tuesday for them to get, to beat us and progress through. I mean, think about it. We have to not score or score maybe one, and they have to just kill it basically. 2-3, 4-0, whatever. And I don't know. I can't see that unless it's like a red card or injury or something like that. I don't know. So it was it was just an interesting match. I kind of rue the chances that we missed. Would have loved to see that Thiago bar just go in. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we played really well and we deserve that. So,
Ryan, do we have one foot in the final? Too early to say.
For sure, and 100%, and Liverpool going to go on and win the Champions League final. So, but you have to give Unai Emery and the Villarreal team, the Yellow Submarine, give them a lot of credit because they knocked out Juventus, Bayern Munich, and they're up against the juggernaut Liverpool. This is just a different juggernaut they find themselves in. But what I really like about this Liverpool team, we know that Villarreal, the only way they can score on this Liverpool team is to counter us. And we nullify every single time we lose the ball. But Austin Fabinho have an outstanding game today inside midfield, because most of the time when you turn over the ball in the midfield, that's where Villarreal going to be very dangerous. And I don't see they getting back on this Liverpool team. Even if they score 2, Liverpool have to score 1. And I trust this Liverpool team with the experience. We have been to a Champions League final, lose it, win 1. So we have that experience away from home in the Champions League. And Champions League suit Liverpool good, suit this Liverpool team to play away from home, because of they can't stay behind the ball. Liverpool can play in 7 different ways to hurt you. So Villarreal need to come at us. We have Salah, Mane, all of these fast play on the break. It's very difficult to not stop Liverpool from score. But I think they have to start in this Liverpool team, no matter the opponents. I think Diego Jota in certain game, but what Diego Jota don't have to lead the line, he need to improve on him all up play. Very weak at that. He very weak at passing too. So 2 things Jota weak at: holding up the ball to be a number 9. If you notice, when we play against bigger team, Liverpool find it struggle to hold the ball up front. So that's why I like when Mane play up front. If it's not Mane, a Roberto Firmino. And Mane, he's doing much better than Roberto Firmino doing that role. I respect the Brazilian, but what Mane doing at goal, he's more a threat. He want to be on the goal scorer. So I'm going to get himself in the position, and he's a better finisher than Roberto Firmino. So Mane is an all-rounding player. He can hold it up, he can strong, he can go behind, he can come short, he can do a lot of stuff. But this boy has made Sadio Mane pull up him socks, because before that African Cup of Nations, Mane was so terrible. Even me, you know what I mean? Listen, sell him, but he proved me wrong, and Ryan shut
I never went that far. I never went that far.
No, man, because last year,
for better or worse, Dan.
Listen, last year, Mane, it seems like him lost a little bit of pace.
Yeah, he was.
We have to be reality, not because what he has done in the past. That was the past. I think we as fans will live on too much on the past. At the same time, we need a little bit of loyalty. We need a little bit of loyalty. But when I play in a bad form, last year, Mane was getting some setup and he was missing them. You know what I mean? But this season, he might evolve. He get a lot of confidence winning the African Cup of Nations. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, or what do you guys think about this? Which was, when he was subbed off, right? And Jurgen made him the first sub. Obviously, he showed a little bit of, what, I should still be on there. And like anyone, like Mo would be the same way. And a lot of people would think, well, why not Mo? To me, I think like Jurgen's so brilliant at this is that he chose Mane because, again, our most potent combination right now at the moment, he's in form, right? Mane is our form player right now, especially up front. He's actually, I think, saving him for Newcastle because we need that sort of pressure up front. And you're right. You're absolutely right, Ryan. Like Bobby.
That's not the case, bro.
He used to do
That's
that.
not the case, bro.
He used to do that.
I'm not cutting you. That's not the case.
No.
The reason why him take
Go
out.
ahead.
Listen, Jurgen Klopp has loved the Egyptian king. I love him.
Yes.
But here's the thing now, is the difference with Mane and Salah. You see, when Salah on the pitch, he always are checking to the opponents. They always have two man or three man and around him. If you notice, when Salah not playing, when Salah not playing, Liverpool look at a totally different team.
That's right.
If you realize most of the time when Klopp take him off, he still have the king on the pitch, which is not a bad thing. But sometimes if him not playing good, that's how we need to get a replacement for it. So when him not playing good, we put him on the bench. Just like how Mane have the replacement, him have Jota, him have Roberto Firmino, him have Diaz, him have a lot of competition, so him have to pull up himself. But Salah, may I tell you, if we keep on taking off Salah, our team look at different. I just think this man just built for this system. That's my honest opinion. Club, I'm favorite. Club love him. That's my favorite.
The thing is as well, so you made a really good point, and obviously everybody knows I love Mo. You made a really good point about you made a really good point about Klopp loving him, and obviously who are we to argue with Jurgen on anything? But even today and on Sunday again, so look, in years gone by, there was always this goal scorer who would always get the credit. You know, you see the Ronaldo, Marco van Basten, Gabriel Batistuta, Brazilian Ronaldo. And like always, there was also these guys like Zidane, Kaká, Ronaldinho, who were the playmakers. Somehow, in his worst run of form, he is our best playmaker. On Saturday, he does that one touch that gets to Divock. He then goes and picks the ball up himself from Divock, and with his right foot, he took out 8 men with the cross that Robertson threw in, right? And then today, for Mane's goal, again, like he put the through ball in against Man City. Mane scored. Of course, we need a goal scorer. Like Mane, I'd say Mane's on form is the best number 9 in the world. Mane's the best in form number 9 in the world. You can keep your Lewandowski. Benzema, we can argue into this conversation, sure. Mm-hmm. But okay, sure, Mane's in that conversation. Salah's in 2 conversations. Like Salah's in is he the? If he wins the top goal scorer, then he's the best attacker in the country. Like this, is just academic. But if he wins the top assist or is like second or third, that's like another level. That's so. Just to emphasize Ryan's point, like I think that like this level that he hit in September to December when he was like doing both. Cool. Like I get it. That's like Henry levels, Leo Messi levels. But even when he's not on that level, and he's not playing like he was earlier in the season, he's still making those moments that are differences, right? And what a guy for Sadio to play with as well. Jake, were you going to say something?
Yeah, no, critical. Right now, I'm just liking he's in the right space, like right place at the right time when we need him lately. And so again, I don't care what anyone says, stats don't lie. Stats do not lie. And if he's scoring 20 goals, 30 goals, whatever the case is, and he's getting like 20 assists, really? That's phenomenal.
Really? Right? We haven't seen that other than Thierry Henry in the Premier League era. We haven't seen that. Yeah. Like when Cristiano was
Suarez maybe for that 1 year.
Yeah, sure. But the thing with that as well is longevity matters as well. But let's not get
against
into
big teams.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, let's not. No. Let's not just
shout out Mo.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up with a quick look for the Newcastle game and Manchester City for the Leeds game. So Dan, I'm gonna come over to you. 7:30 on Saturday. What are you thinking? Firstly, are you coming?
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Mel, if you're watching this, please can I come? I'm just kidding. It's not like that. By the way, Mel's a OLSC member, so respect. No, honestly, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough one. We have to rotate. I think we can't let Villarreal. Oh yeah, we have it in the bag kind of thing. So if you're looking at that front lineup, I think Jota starts. I don't think Bobby's gonna be ready. And obviously you got to go with Sadio and Mo. I don't know how you leave them out, right? And then you're looking at midfield and you're thinking, okay, well, Hendel got half a game or maybe a little bit more than half. Naby should get a start. Naby should be on that pitch. But Newcastle are flying, then. Like, they are actually playing really well. They're at home. That crowd, St. James Park, is actually a really tough atmosphere. And we've had some iffy fixtures, results over the past few years, especially during the New Year's sort of time frame. And they bolstered. They have really good energy. And our high line, I feel, for some reason, may end up costing us there. So I just hope we're on it. Is Joel coming back? Hopefully he will. I think Joel Matip, right? Or I'm not sure. But
he'll be back. So he'll be back.
Yeah, I think it'll be a tough match, but we should pull through. The other day with Liverpool.
I think I do like on theirs. I think I saw a meme the other day. Did you see that same Maximum like dancing? He danced around 15 times. And
I love him, by the way, as a player.
He's super quality. That, they've got
I love his flair too. Yeah.
They have a few pockets of like quality, and Eddie Howe has them on a good run of form, which is it's an early kickoff. I think of course we're going to persevere. I think it could be like I'm going to predict a 3-1er. It's going to be a 3-1 Liverpool for that. I'm also always hoping that Ali Turtle Becker will get a clean sheet, but I don't know who's going to play. Will Tsimikas get in? Will there be any resting? 4 or 5 guys will be a rotation on that level with Villarreal on our minds. I think there'll be. I think I'm going to say 4 guys get rotated out from the squad. I don't know who, but I don't know if Tsimikas comes in for. I'm not sure what that change is, but I think I'm going to say it's going to be a 3-1. And City. Well, City. I mean, I've got to say I love Leeds as a squad. They have a very talented squad. I know they changed their coach, and they've got some good talent on there. Let's hope that they are, because they're not a park the bus kind of team. They actually try to play right.
Jesse Marsh.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
He's saying things out there like, he's gonna just like play City. Like, listen, man, you could like lose 8-0. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, look at this Real. Look at the Real one. Look at the Real one. Like, they could have scored 7 or 8 goals. Like this.
That's 100 right here, man. Anyway, sorry.
That's what I think. That's what I think. This is going to be a tough match. I think they could give City, I don't know, for a sustained effort in 90 minutes. Yeah. I don't know if they will do rotation as well. I mean, they've got a $2 billion squad regardless, but I'm not sure what they will do. But I think, hopefully, I'm hoping, come on, Leeds.
We don't need them to win. That's the thing. We just need a draw. Yeah.
Just a draw.
I don't know. I think I said this in our WhatsApp group. Like, I feel like this one I have a little bit of hope for. Like, I'm not pinning my Saturday afternoon on it. Like, I want to watch us in the morning, bright and early, do our thing, and then just put the pressure on City and see, what you got. That's all we can do. But like, for me, the Etihad was like a foregone conclusion for Brighton and Watford. Like, I was like, they are not dropping points here. This one, I have a little bit more because, like, Jesse March knows how to set up a team, number one. Number two, Leeds are starting to get into a bit of a desperate situation themselves now, right? Like, it's not, they're not safe. They're not safe. So, like, what a story that would be as well, right? Like, I kind of feel like this one might have a bit more depth to it, whereas Brighton are safe. They're going to show up to Etihad and get tonked. Watford are down pretty much. Like, they're going to get to the Etihad and get smoked. But like, this one has a bit more like depth to it.
What about Phillips? Is he back? Is he back? Calvin Phillips? I thought he was.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I didn't. I thought there was some chance.
I
didn't see him on the injured list, but I know Bamford is still out, which is a big plus.
He's back, man.
Bamford is back.
He's back. Yeah, in play 90 minutes against Crystal Palace Monday.
Phillips.
Who did? Phillips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Phillips, play 90 minutes against Crystal Palace. That game draw 0-0.
Yeah,
that's right.
So
huge.
Let's talk about the Liverpool game. Before I go over to that Manchester City game, because I think you guys going to get a little bit of surprise in that game. But all right, for me, going to St. James Park, it's going to be rocking. It's always been a difficult place for Liverpool when they go Liverpool.
Jordies.
The last time we go to Newcastle with John 0-0, right?
Yeah.
Back in 2020. Season before that, we defeat them by 3-1. 2019, that they give up a Origi goal after that Champions League game against Barcelona. We defeat them by 3-2. Back in 2017, we draw 1-1. And back in 2015, they defeat us by 2-0. So we have 2 wins in our last 5 games at St. James Park, 2 draw and 1 win for Newcastle. So coming into this game in the last 5 games, they has win the last 5 games at home. Defeat Crystal Palace 1-0. They defeat Leicester City 2-1. They defeat Wolves 1-0. They defeat Brighton 2-1. And they defeat Aston Villa by 1-0. So they has been keeping like 3 clean sheet at home.
Yeah.
So they are in pretty decent form. And I think this game going to really, really tricky for Liverpool. But with the farm Newcastle coming in, guys, this one look like probably drop points. I know you guys won't want to hear that, but coming off of this Champions League game against Villarreal, club probably in 2 minds and probably rotating. But I think Liverpool squad deep enough to get the better of this Newcastle team, especially our last 5 games away from home this season, both in the Carabao Cup and the Champions League, whereas last time we draw against Manchester City 2-2 in the Premier League, we have 4 wins away from home. So Liverpool looking good. They're looking good, and this game is very important for us to get 3 points, to put the pressure on. A Manchester City team has been playing a lot of hard game. Atletico Madrid, fly to Spain, come back to England, play against Liverpool in the Premier League, then play against Liverpool in the FA Cup. And then they play Real Madrid, and then they're going to travel to a team that they don't want to face right now. That's Leeds United. But I'm going with a Liverpool 2-1 victory over Newcastle, and the game Manchester City versus. I think this game going to be a draw. I think Leeds United in very good form coming into this game. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but they draw against Crystal Palace 0-0. They defeat Watford by 3-0. They draw 1-1 against Southampton at home. They defeat Wolves by 3-2. And they defeat Norwich. You know what's funny, guys? Coming into this game, right? Back in 2000, same this year, the first leg at the Etihad, they defeat Leeds United by 7-0. Leeds defeat them by 2-1. You remember that game? Leeds defeat them 2-1.
Yeah.
At the Etihad. And then back in the 2020, this is the first time Leeds United coming back in the Premier League. They draw 1-1. That was a very good game in Leeds United. And back in 2013, they defeat Leeds by 4-0. 2004, Leeds defeat them by 2-1. I hope they can put in a good performance like they put in back in 2004.
Rafinha, bro.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. But I'm going with a 1-1 draw because City will have a high on this Manchester. With this Champions League game, it's going to be a difficult game, and they cannot afford to start a strong team in this one. I'm telling you, they have to rotate because they really want to win the Champions League. They have a sad mistake because they're going to up against a Liverpool team in the final. So I think this game going to draw. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think so.
So I have the ultimate thing for everyone to hold on to if people want hope. I know we have some cynics in our Liverpool community. I'm not gonna give them
super positive.
I'm not gonna give them hope. They can just do what they want. But for anyone who wants to hold on, if anyone wants to hold on to something, so obviously even more tribal than Liverpool v Man City, probably on the level of Liverpool versus Man United or Liverpool versus Everton, is AC Milan versus Inter Milan. So Inter Milan are the champions. They're the bookies' favorites. And they've always had this like game in hand. And then today, they had that game in hand, and just Google what that goalkeeper did. So basically,
I saw that Bologna.
Yeah. And that just shows how delicate anything is, right? Like that's just how all it's going to take is an Edison mistake. And he's looked dodgy recently, by the way. Like he's not looked great. Like even against Real the other day, all it's going to take is Laporte, who's also looked like lethargic, I would say, lazy in
they're
like
tired,
yesterday.
Man, they're tired.
Yeah, they're tired.
Yeah.
They're tired. Yeah. So like I feel like all it's going to take is like he did against Real, a handball. All it's going to take is like a push in somebody's back, you know? Like we just have to hold on to these like other things you see around, because I'd spoken to a couple of AC Milan fans during the season, and they're like, I don't think like we want to win the league, but I don't think so. You know, and here it is like 4 games to go, and they're now 2 points clear because today Inter Milan dropped that game where they were in control, and basically that goalkeeper lets one in, just like random carriers kind of level of inefficiency.
You know, I feel sorry for Loris Karius though, guys. As you talk about that, I'm very, very feel so sorry for him, because I am a goalkeeper, and you know, when goalkeeper make these mistakes, most of the time it costs the team. And you know what I mean, I really even for you mentioned that, like my heart just started to go wow for him, because I think he's a very good person, and I am a goalkeeper, and I know it's a difficult job and thing, but oh my God, this guy like seems like nobody wants him, not because of he's not up to speed.
Well, maybe the World Wrestling Federation or you know, you see him now, he's jacked. He can bench.
Oh my God, you're so.
He can bench all 4 of us at like once, I think. You know, he can bench.
Bro, you're breaking my heart.
Maybe not. Maybe not you, Jake.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna wrap this up.
I can bench against him. Anyways, go on. Yes.
Yeah, you can. You definitely can, Jake, with the early morning wake up as well.
One last thing, just on those fixtures coming up, just before Jake goes through. Newcastle and Leeds are also playing a full week of training, right? Like rest, training, all that kind of like tactical. So like you think about us in City, and you have to give City respect. I mean, like they've proved it, and they're like worthy of us, and like us with them, and that kind of thing. But like they're also getting game planned against too, right? And so this weekend's just like bad. Jake,
no, I was just saying, like, it's 50 plus games for both of us, for Liverpool and Man City. It's a lot taxing on the body. Anyways, I just want to say from Madison this weekend, we're going to have some coffee and bagels, 7:30. So please do come. We've got some. I got a lot of messages. We got a lot of messages on social media. We got some people from Vancouver coming out. We've got some UK folks that are going to find us on the weekend. So,
Auntie Donna,
7:30 match. 7:30 match. I don't know if Auntie Donna come. But still, soon come. Nevertheless, anyways, go. Izaz, do the rapid.
Jake, Dan, a pleasure as always, and Ryan, this was awesome. Thanks for this, and
much respect.
Yeah, like we are still. We have other people in the community as well that we're going to be featuring, but we would love to get you back over the summer. We've got so many content ideas. So thanks for taking the time today. And once again, if you follow us or if you're watching this, actually, some people watch this and don't even subscribe. So if you're watching this and don't subscribe to our channel, subscribe to our channel. If you're also watching this, also read the notes. We're going to link Ryan's YouTube account below. We're so proud of him. If you're into Liverpool,
share it to my community too.
Absolutely,
I'll put it on my YouTube channel too.
Absolutely,
most
I love it.
Thank you.
Up the Reds. Have a great
up the Red
Friday. Have a great Thursday. I just lost the day. Have a great Thursday. Have a great Friday. Watch the game on Saturday. Will everything on for Leeds on Saturday as well, and we shall see you next week. Up the Reds.
One love. Peace.